Now this is a Texas chili. I'm using New Mexico, chile de arbol, guajillo, japones, and ancho. But you can go to your local market and pick your favorites. First, you gotta wake them up, right? So I'm gonna put these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 4 minutes. And what that's gonna do is just like, it's gonna get these chilies ready to start giving off their flavor. So we'll put these in here. Ooh, that's warm. All right, I think chilies are ready. And there's just so much aroma coming off these guys. I'm gonna soak them in water to get all the seeds and membranes out of the middle of them, and then we're gonna blend them up with some spices and make a chili paste. I'm just gonna pour the boiling water right over top of the chilies. And they're gonna plump back up and sort of come back to life. I wanna cover these and keep the heat inside so the chilies really have a chance to plump up, get ready to become chili paste. All right, so we're gonna let these guys sit for about 45 minutes. Yeah, look at these. It smells amazing, and you can see they've really plumped up. I'm gonna drain this water. Now let's put the chili down. You're gonna cut this stem off right here. Open up the chili like this. There's some membranes and some seeds. You don't want the seeds because they also can get really, really bitter. And same thing with the membrane. And then you take the flesh, the skin that's left over, and that goes in the blender. All right, so I'm gonna clean all these chilies and pop them in the blender. So I have all the chilies in the blender, and now I'm gonna add about a quarter cup of beef stock. This is gonna be a ton of flavor. And that is just gonna help the chilies sort of move in the blender. Half a tablespoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon and a half of ground cumin. I'm gonna add 3 cloves of garlic. Add a half of a yellow onion. Mr. Blender. You wanna make sure it's pureed all the way and you get really, really tiny little pieces of chili. So I got a saute pan, and I'm gonna get this guy nice and hot. Put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. So we're gonna saute this just for a couple minutes. Turn the heat down a little bit. The sauce will start to get just a little bit more brown. The smell is really gonna change. It's just gonna smell more cooked and just a little sweeter. Okay, I think we are good. Let's cook some beef. All right, so this, my friends, is chuck. Chuck is a really great beef. Use it for stew. I love using it for chili. This is 2.5 pounds of cubed boneless beef chuck. You can get this cubed at the butcher or do it yourself. I like my pieces really small, so I prefer to cut it. Beef is all cubed. I'm gonna sear this meat first. I'm actually gonna use lard, pork fat. You can find this at any grocery store. It's usually in like the baking aisle in like a little cardboard box. So we got 2 tablespoons of lard. That goes into a 4-gallon pot over high heat. We're gonna cook this beef in batches. Salt, pepper. So I'm cooking the beef in batches because if I put all the beef in here, it'll sear on the bottom, but not on the top. I just want to create one layer so I get as much sort of crispy beef as possible. So the beef is starting to brown up really nice, so I'm going to dump this beef into the bowl and then add some more. Listen. I'm gonna chop up the rest of this onion and 3 large cloves of garlic. We're gonna saute the onion and the garlic. I want the onion to match the size of the beef. You wanna get this like pretty chopped. You want it to be small. Right here, you wanna get all those little bits off the bottom of the pot. You want all that in there. This is all good stuff. Add the onions and the garlic. Yeah, so we're gonna sweat these out for about a minute. Again, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You want to season every step of the chili. And then this right here, this is the smell that when people walk in your house, they say, oh, what is that? It smells so good. Let's add the beef. You want all that juice, that is all from the beef. Let's add the chili paste. Now I'm gonna add 2 cups of beef stock and 2 cups of water. I'm gonna let this chili simmer for a couple of hours uncovered. basically, I have a delicious chili here, but I need to balance this flavor out, and I'm gonna do that with a little bit of acid and a little bit of sweetness. In this case, I'm gonna use white vinegar and brown sugar. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of white vinegar. Then I'm gonna add a tablespoon dark brown sugar. I like using brown sugar because that molasses is a really earthy flavor that goes really well with the chili. Now I'm gonna stir this in, and then I'm gonna give it a taste. Just get a little bit of the juice. I think we're there, but we're not done yet. One more thing. This is masa harina. This is what they use to make corn tortillas. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons masa harina. This is gonna thicken the chili up and make it less like a soup and more like a gravy. If you don't have masa harina, you can use straight up cornmeal. All right, let's go. Feed those guys, because I'm gonna eat all the chili.
Hey,
All right, I hope you guys are hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
You know, we know how hard you guys work, so I just wanted to say thanks, you know, and make you guys a pot of chili, because I know you guys love to eat.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you.
Go ahead and serve yourselves.
Okay.
Now, this is a Texas chili. I like to use chuck. It's got a lot more flavor.
Sure smells good.
I recommend a little bit of crema,
Okay.
white onion, limes, and cheese. Dig in, man. I was tasting the chili by itself, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm a lightweight, and it's perfect for me.
Yeah, it's good. I'm talking to firemen about too much heat. All right, it's good.